Hello and welcome to Granite Bay High School new student registration. Students remain with their counselor throughout their time at Granite Bay High School. We have 5 school counselors: Tiffany Geek, Navi Singh, Paul Stordahl, Tasman Nicolotti, and Holly Miner. Granite Bay High School is run on a 4x4 block schedule. Students are in classes for approximately 80 minutes. We do have an intervention period built into the school day, 4 days a week. There is a 7-minute passing period, a short lunch, but we have 2 lunches based on our student enrollment. Our campus is a closed campus, which means students must remain on campus for lunchtime. And we have a total of 8 classes per year. So students are taking 4 classes in the fall term, which are from August to December, and they earn 10 credits per class. And then they're in a new set of 4 classes from January to May. That is their 8 total classes throughout their Granite Bay High School calendar school year. Here would be a sample schedule of an incoming 9th grade student, depending on where they are in their math sequence. In the fall term, they would have possibly a world language, which we offer Spanish and French, PE9, and an elective course, leadership. And then in the spring term, which would be January to May, they would have their English 9, Health, NGSS Bio, and Art 1. As an incoming 9th grade student, required courses would include math, PE, English, Health, and Biology. There are many advantages to the 4x4 schedule, one being students are able to accrue 80 credits in a school year. So they have an opportunity to earn over 4 years, 320 credits. There are more opportunities to take additional coursework and focus in areas of interest. They are also able to focus on just 4 classes at a time. Some students tend to find that that works better for themselves. It is easier to make up any sort of remediation based on the amount of credits that you can accrue over the 4 years. And you can also accelerate, so we call it doubling up. So for students in particular in the math and or world language realm, they technically can take, for example, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 in 1 calendar school year, but it would equate to 2 years of a world language. And quite frankly, there are very few students that do not meet the graduation requirements, which is 260 credits over the course of their 4 years. And some of the disadvantages would include it goes very fast. Students are in classes for close to 90 minutes. If they miss a day of school, it's like missing 2 school days. There are grading periods every 4.5 weeks, so they come up quite rapidly. Students with eligibility for athletics, every 4.5 weeks, they're either going to be eligible or ineligible. There could be some gaps in the progressive courses, such as world language and math. However, our teachers, are very equipped and knowledgeable and supportive for students, and always give that initial kind of entry into the course each term to help out there. And as I mentioned, the absences is really a key component for a student's success. So here is a list of our graduation requirement over the course of their 4 years. So English, they have to take an English class every year, which totals 40 credits. Social science begins in students' sophomore year for requirements. So they have the opportunity of world history, AP Euro, AP Human Geo. And then their junior year is US history, and their senior year is government econ. Math requirement is 2 math classes, including integrated 2 or higher. So students that are coming in integrated math 1, they must take integrated math 1 and 2 and pass in order to meet our grad requirements. But 2 years are minimum, although we recommend students take math every year. And then physical education as PE9 and PE10. Moving on to our science, our 9th grade students are required to take NGSS Bio, And our 10th grade students are typically required to take the NGSS physics to meet their science requirement. Health and wellness is a requirement for our 9th grade students. If you're a transfer student to Granite Bay High School, we would waive the health and wellness credit, so you would not need to make that up. The fine art or world language requirement is 1 year, which is 1 class. And then the additional credit category includes 110 credits, which would be 11 additional courses. That's the overall course and credit completion is 260 credits. We do reference our course catalog, which is a vital component to understanding our programs and the things that we offer here at Granite Bay High School. The first 15 or so pages is just filled with a wealth of information. We highly encourage you to check that out. An additional grad requirement would be for students to complete the online Blackboard course called Personal Finance, and it doesn't begin for students to have the opportunity until the beginning of their junior year. It is a pass course, and it usually takes 10 to 15 hours. So you'll have time in your junior and senior year to complete that. Here is a reference of not only our high school graduation requirements, but also the college entrance requirements in the California CSU system and UC system. And then below that has a kind of a 4-year plan template. This is also in our course catalog, and we encourage students to utilize this each and every year to review. And it lists in each grade level the required courses that are necessary for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students. And then students pencil in the other courses that they'd like to take, and full well know that things can change, but it at least gives kind of a game plan, and we encourage students to utilize this. So some common questions that new students have for us would include the math and where do they transfer in. So if you're coming from a traditional math schedule, which includes Algebra 1 and Geometry and Algebra 2, we are offering, it's called Common Core Integrated Math. So if you're transferring in and you've completed Algebra 1 at your previous school, then you would be slated to go into Integrated Math 2 here. And if you were to not, or if you've taken Algebra 1 and Geometry, then you would go into Integrated Math 3 here. So our Integrated Math 1 would be somewhat equivalent to Algebra 1, and then our Integrated Math 2 would be somewhat equivalent to Geometry, and then Integrated 3 would be Algebra 2. So hopefully that makes a little sense depending upon where you your math experience has led you to this point, and we hope to appropriately place you the best that we can. Our world language department is very strong. We offer, as I mentioned, French and Spanish. If you at all have any reservations or feel as if you are transferring in and already have some language background, but maybe feel a little shaky on it, then we would encourage you to maybe repeat that course. But if you feel confident in your completion, then we would say go ahead and move on to the next level. And we always encourage students that especially are new to our program in school to be in contact with their teacher on the front end of the semester to let them know your background and make sure that you're appropriately placed. We do have an IB program here at Granite Bay High School, and we've listed here our IB coordinator, Ms. Cramner. IB courses begin in the student's junior and senior year, although there are some preparation courses that would be necessary to be prepared for the IB program. So if you're at all interested, there's the contact information and further information on our school website. Athletics and band, great programs that we offer here at Granite Bay, and we always encourage students to get involved. That's where they will definitely feel connected and feel like they have a fulfilled high school experience. So if you haven't yet participated in sports, there's no reason that you can't start now. We would encourage you to do so. We've listed our contact information for athletic director, as well as our band program, which is very robust. Again, encourage you to reach out if you have at all an interest. And the sports are listed by fall, winter, and spring on our school website under athletics as well, if you want to have an idea of what we offer here at Granite Bay High School. Additional resources that we want to make sure that you've been made aware of is our counseling website. Again, wealth of information that might be helpful in your course planning. College and Career Center, there's great information there as well. And then our course catalog, which I've already referenced once before, is definitely necessary as you're trying to determine what classes